Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. As you know, we reviewed the Credit Collection IG-11 and the Credit Collection Cara Dune from Star Wars The Mandalorian. They're both Black Series 6-inch figures, 6-inch scale figures. And you know she had the removable shoulder pad, but I just added a little bit of super glue and that shored that right up. It's good as new. I have a perfect figure then to put with my collection. And I really do like the way that green looks. So you're probably wondering, why do I have the Credit Collection figures in the background? Wonder no more. Here we go, the Credit Collection Heavy Infantry Mandalorian. Now, one of the things that I thought was interesting when I saw this figure, I actually was able to locate this in a Best Buy. I ordered it online to pick up in an hour, and I was able to grab it on my way home from work. Now, this card isn't in the best condition right here. It's dented in the bottom here, and it's dented here. But it's okay, because I do plan on opening this one. So there, let's take a closer look at the card. It's gigantic. If you compare it to the IG-11, you can see that he just sticks out so much further. But it's because of that plastic part of the packaging is basically just twice as big, because he's got his accessory and he's just a much wider figure. So on the back, you got the Heavy Infantry Mandalorian artwork, which I think looks really cool the way it's done. And like I've said in my previous videos, you know who that artwork, what that artwork reminds me of. Reminds me of some really good art out there on Twitter right now. So go check it out, and you can see those pictures. So we got the Heavy Infantry Mandalorian. The box basically just talks about the collection again, has the artwork up at top, and has this very same artwork in the front. Let's open it up and take a closer look at the figure. Okay, I got the Credit Collection figure out of the package, and what I want to do first is just talk about the Imperial credit that it comes with. It is a different color than the other two Imperial credits that come with the other two figures. So one of the things that the Universal Collector said in the Palo Boys live stream today was he wished that the denominations here on the Imperial credits were all different. That's a good catch, because I didn't notice it. I didn't actually look at it too closely. I just said, oh, okay, here's a piece of plastic. I don't know what to do with it. There was a conversation about whether or not they should have been like stands. That would have been a nice touch. But it would have been a nice touch if they would have made these different denominations. Now, that would have meant them having to make like 5 completely different molds. But since they were putting them in different color anyways, it really would have been a nice touch. Let's get on to the rifle. So here's the rifle for the original Mandalorian, Heavy Infantry Mandalorian. And as you can see, it's got a really dark gray tone to it. Then it like has this silver finish on the front, and then it blues right up in the front there. When you look at the Credit Collection one, it's got a really light gray tone, and it doesn't ever have that silver. It just has that blue approach on the end. When you look at the backpacks, you can see that one backpack is a little bit more yellow, one has a little bit more orange in it. They both have this brown down here, and they both have some sort of reflective. This is a reflective blue. This is the Credit Collection one. This is the original, and it has silver. And if you look at them together, the other differences is this has a lot more detail painting in the backpack and hits a lot of like the little spots for detail that this one just doesn't have. But other than that, they are identical. If you look at the two figures side by side, you'll be able to see that they're both blue. This one is just more of, I would say, a royal blue, and this is more like a deeper royal blue or something like that. I don't really know what this blue is, but he's got that kind of royal blue underneath. They both have a very similar look right there, except for this one is a little bit more aqua than that one. But he does have more paint up on his forehead. And this guy has his dings and stuff painted silver. So different color cuff on both arms. He's got like a yellowish. He's got like more like an orange. He's brown. Knee pads. shin guard on one side, and he's got the yellowish orange and the brown and a blue. And of course the feet are different. And then if you look at this little strap piece right here, different tones of like a brown, and this one has like obviously a little bit more detail. So one of the things that I will tell you about this, these are deluxe figures, so obviously this figure was like a little bit heavier and feels like it articulates a little bit better and is a little more sturdier than your average figure. And this one is the same, right? It's the same mold and everything. So this is a really good figure. And for me, I'm gonna probably keep this guy on the shelf like I'm doing with this Cara Dune. And even if I stand these two figures up next to each other, because of the paint differences, it sort of makes them kind of two different Mandalorian characters for my shelf. Even though I know they're supposed to be the same, this guy's a credit collection, this is the regular release, it does add a little bit of difference. So when I'm posing them or whatever, you know, it could be two heavy Infantry Mandalorians kind of sitting next to each other. That wouldn't be uncommon. The one complaint that I have about this figure is the paint scheme. So if I pull this a little bit closer and I pick up his backpack, I'm not sure that that orange, it's very close, but I feel like there's a little bit more yellow than orange there. I know that's a really small difference, but with this arm piece here, it's almost the same color as these pieces here, so they could have added a little bit more paint onto these bags to match that artwork a little bit. And the only other thing that I thought was kind of interesting was if you look down at the leg, you can see that on the picture, his shin guard matches the knee pad, but this one they decided to go brown. And on the other foot, the lower shin guard matches this leg. So they could have made those like paint differences for this credit collection. I mean, they are basically repaints and repacks. So I think they could have spent a little bit more time matching up the paint colors to make sure that they sort of match the artwork, especially the artwork they're putting on the box. But anyways, I really think these are two great figures. I'm gonna like deck them out. I really do like the heavy Infantry Mandalorian in the credit collection. I think it's gonna be a great addition to my shelf. I'm really impressed with the color pattern that they have on the Cara Dune. I really like that. This is probably ending up to be one of my favorite figures so far. I think they look really good. I think it's gonna just jazz up, you know, my collection a little bit. I really like the line so far, so I can't wait to finally ever get the actual Mandalorian and the Death Trooper so I can do those reviews. But anyways, everybody, thanks for tuning in. I really appreciate it. Leave some comments down below. Subscribe to my channel and come back for more.